I got another fight for you guys today, and this is a Crossverses battle for y'all. Shishiwakamaru from Yu Yu Hakusho versus Nobunaga Hazama from Hunter x Hunter. Both are swordsmen. One's a guy like amongst demons, he has a fan club. He's like, pretty boy, so he has a fan club. And then the other one is a guy who's a part of the Phantom Troop, and he's well respected amongst his peers, right? Now, don't get shit twisted. I always say in these videos, because some people only watch Hunter x Hunter, but if you're a real Togashi fan, you watch both. And if you watch both, you know that I'm right about my takes. Shishiwakamaru's S-class apparition, low S-class by the end of the series. He trained with, Genkai, and he, acquired, that level of power. In the tournament, in the Dark Tournament, the first tournament he was a part of, he was in B-class rank. He was low B-class. Low B-class. The Banshee Shriek was a move that he had up his sleeve. But he also has a move where he turns into a little, I think he's called an imp. And he just flies around. He can fly around in a small form. This is going to help him out in a fight against Nobunaga. Nobunaga is of the Phantom Troop. He's a swordsman, right? He has a katana, and he has a little, like, basically, if you get in his fucking, area, his personal space, he's going to cut you down. He can cut anything in that area. So if he senses that you reached his, area, you'll lose your fingers real quick. So, but you got to remember, like I said, these characters who are like S-class demons they're planetary. I know that's crazy, but that's what it is. S-rank demons are planetary. By the end of the series, he's an S-rank, low S-rank. Now, this character is, we'll go over it. So strength in scenario one. Scenario one, they're going to be fighting in York, New City, and then in scenario 2 they'll be fighting in Hanging Neck Island at the Dark Tournament. So strength goes to Shishiwakamaru. Yes, raw strength, striking power, and lifting power goes to Shishiwakamaru. And Nobunaga is an enhancer, but he's not enhanced to that degree. This man is not planetary. He is, at best, city block level. And he's a threat level, country level, right? This guy, threat level, planetary. If he wanted to, speed goes to Shishiwakamaru. Like I said, he can turn into that little small form, and then he's harder to hit. Now he can still get hit, but he's faster than Nobunaga, right? Nobunaga won't be able to touch him, right? Even if he does breach his barrier, right? Durability goes to Shishiwakamaru. Endurance also goes to Shishiwakamaru. Intellect, I do give it to Nobunaga, because Shishiwakamaru isn't the smartest, right? He lost his fucking mind when fighting against Genkai. He did. He was like, oh my god, you damaged my pretty, this bitch, I'm gonna, and he summons the, Banshee Shriek. He doesn't even know how to use it, Nobunaga is knowledgeable and is like, Nen. He knows how to use that shit. Which is gonna keep him alive in this fight. Right? Experience goes to Nobunaga, right? Because we've seen more from him, right? We've seen more from him, and we've seen from Shishiwakamaru too. But we'll give it to Nobunaga. Close skills go to Shishiwakamaru. Range skills go to Shishiwakamaru because we're giving him the Banshee streak here, right? And then he can fly and do that. Recovery goes to Shishiwakamaru, not known for his healing abilities, and Nobunaga ain't either, but I believe he recovers better too. Hacks go to Shishiwakamaru. And then environment goes to Nobunaga, since they're fighting in New York, New City. But even with that, Shishiwakamaru wins this shit low difficulty. Nobunaga. Yeah. Shishiwakamaru beats him low difficulty. In the second scenario, they're fighting on Hanging Neck Island, where the Dark Tournament took place. Strength goes to Shishiwakamaru. Speed goes to Shishiwakamaru. Durability goes to Shishiwakamaru. Endurance goes to Shishiwakamaru. Intelligence goes to Nobunaga. Experience goes to Nobunaga. Close skills go to Shishiwakamaru. Range skills go to Shishiwakamaru. Recovery goes to Shishiwakamaru. Hacks go to Shishiwakamaru. And the environment also goes to none other than Shishiwakamaru. And Shishi wins here low difficulty. I'm telling you guys who watch Hunter x Hunter, I know Hunter x Hunter is a good anime. It's in my top 20 at number 15. But Yu Yu Hakusho is way better. And imagine Yu Yu Hakusho, people who like Yu Yu Hakusho more than Hunter x Hunter, like, what I know. Imagine if that shit had the same kind of animation as, what's coming out today. It needs a remake. And I'm calling for that shit every Wednesday. Yu Yu Hakusho needs a remake. The Green Angel said that shit. Let that shit be known to the world. I said that shit. Yu Yu Hakusho needs a remake. You can make that, anywhere from like 54 to 60 episodes, 4 cores, the first one, season 1, first one, season 2. Make season 2 a little bit longer since it's the Dark Tournament. And in the original, it was like, it took more episodes so it'll take more episodes for it too. Still. But you can cut the episode number from 112 episodes to basically just, like I said, 54 to 60 episodes. Watch those OVAs and you're like, yeah, they need to do this. But watch Yu Yu Hakusho, watch Hunter x Hunter, watch this video, and let me know what you think about the result of this fight. Be cool, call on the corner.